My name is Maddie Rayner. I am a surfboard shaper for work. That's just what I do Monday to Friday. I like a lot of other things. I'm a dad full-time. I have 3 kids. I love to train Muay Thai. I love to teach Muay Thai. I love to fight Muay Thai when it happens, which is pretty rare. I love playing golf. I love all the stuff that most people like. So I'm gonna be inviting friends from all over that do all kinds of things. Very few of them are pro surfers at all, but they're just people who are enthusiasts. They love the ocean, they love the water, they love surfing, whether it's a new passion or something they've grown up doing. I want them to come in and get their hands dirty and shape their own boards and find the connection between the movement of their boards in the water and the lines they cut themselves into the foam.
It's virtually impossible to look at Andrea Hanneman's handle, aka Earthy Andy, with an appetite. Her mouth-watering creations inspire millions to live a healthy lifestyle and enjoy their food in the meantime. We caught up with this new author, supermom, and health enthusiast to talk a little bit about life, world travel, and everything in between.
I think I want to do like a little mini mid-length.
Yeah?
I think it'd be fun for you, especially for where you're going to be surfing. If you're not surfing at home a lot, like you're not going to just be like the channel cheerleader at VUN or something like that, you know, like just sitting out there and watching. I think we should get something going for you that can hold and can get you into waves early.
Okay.
And maybe duck dive, because that's been a problem in the past with us, right? Like,
right.
Is getting boards to do that. So let's just call an audible. We'll switch out blanks. We'll throw on another template, and we'll make you something that you're gonna take the Mentalize with you in a couple weeks.
Cool. I like it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So let's talk about family a little bit, because your family is vast, but your little core tribe is smaller. And I wanna just like, I obviously know you and Shem. I remember like Tama when he was a baby, and then I remember you had Ira, because I wanted to name my first boy Ira so bad.
That's right.
Because of the Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
But I've never even met your
my
baby.
youngest, Nalu. It's
Nalu.
Yeah.
How old is he?
3. He just turned 3.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then Tom was what, 13?
He just turned 13. Yeah. I'm
How
a
old is
teenager
Ira?
now. He's 9.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's crazy.
How old is your oldest child? The one, the 7-brother one, the famous hamburger guy.
The oldest child, Shem? He's 36 now.
Whoa.
Yeah, he'll be 37 this week or next week. Yeah. Yeah, so crazy. I still feel like I'm like, I know I don't look it, but I feel like I'm like still 18.
Whoa.
Or like 20, you know? So to see kids like in our house that are ours, for one, like, whoa, we're like supposed to be responsible adults for these like children, is the trip. Especially
Who are
now that
basically
they're
like your peers now.
Yeah, like
and basically
can see
cooler than you and telling you what words you're supposed to say and not say.
Totally. Even Tama, like he's like watching out for me in the surf now, like telling me where to go, pushing me into waves, like.
No way.
Yeah, it's such a trip.
It's super cool. I want to connect with Thomas sometime, just because I've been around him for at least, I want to say 7 or 8 years of his life, but I think I've heard 2 words come out of his mouth ever.
It's pretty consistent.
I know that it's different at home probably, but like it's just funny. Like I get the, you know, like the scary uncle thing.
Like he's like confident, but he's just like a man of few words. Like if he smiles at you, and he really likes you.
I didn't speak to an adult until I was 17 years old.
That's good to hear then.
And they were 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
So
you relate to him then.
Yes, I get it. Fully.
Yeah. Like he'll be like the most excited like person in the world inside, and he'll just let out a yay. Like that. If you get a yay, you're like, oh, he's amping right now. Yeah. So he's definitely like this quiet kind of misto kid. Like you don't really know what he's thinking, but he's pretty like serious and like he's like got a good personality.
Sonny, I don't even recognize Tama unless he's with Soul, because Tama just like there's so many little toe-headed blonde kids around.
Yeah,
then
true.
It's like without the context of soul or something, I'm like, oh, that is Tom and it
Yeah.
is soul and whatever. But
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
trip. His head glows in the water.
does it just kind of go like transparent? Like, can you just see his
Yeah.
scalp?
I mean, when he
My
was
kids
a
always did that.
baby, yeah, like his hair would like singe in the sun because it was so clear and like get wet and disappear.
Yeah, it's like they look like bald
Yeah.
when they're wet.
Yeah.
And then you gotta actually figure out how to get sunscreen through all the follicles.
Yeah, you know, you
It's,
got toe heads.
Yeah, we got it. We got some.
Yeah.
How's it been raising a family up there?
It's amazing. Like, we were on the east side and thought that was like the best ever, and then we moved to France for a year, and then Bordeaux,
I
yeah.
remember, yeah.
Yeah, and then when we moved back, like there was nowhere to find a house, and like I was like looking, and I found this place on the North Shore, and Shem was like, "No, let's stay like where we know, on the east side," and it just got down to like this is kind of our only option, and I wanted to change. Like I felt like I just wanted to do something different, and then so that's why we went over there. Now that we're over there, it's a little like, how did we not do this a long time ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Eastside is magical, and the mountain range, and it's very like, I don't know, it feels very alive. Like I love that, but as far as like weather alone, I feel like as soon as you go around that corner, it's just 80% more sunny days. You know, like it's a lot of wind, it's a lot of rain, which is like whatever, cool, but like I feel like we spend more time outside over there. I don't know. And with my kids so into surfing, it's like they can just run across and have 20 different options.
It's just a walk.
Yeah, like I rarely get in the car. Like I do not know how to get to Honolulu by myself. I just have an electric bike and I'm good. So
Yeah.
like
I still have to
like
use
that.
like Google Maps to get to town or Waikiki or whatever.
you
like,
print off MapQuest.
No, not MapQuest.
Your papers.
I'm the guy hiding the phone under the
Yeah.
steering wheel, like I'm not looking at it, but
Yeah.
otherwise I'm gonna like get lost and
Yeah, that's
probably
me too.
never find my way back to the east side, which I prefer.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like all of our family lives on the east side, and
Yeah.
they want to stay. Like it's definitely like a preference thing. So I don't know. I think you can be happy anywhere though.
Yeah. Your Instagram stuff is so like nice and likable. Do you ever
That's
get
good.
do you ever get like haters or anything like that, or is that like
I
how do you
don't
hate
get-
your stuff?
I mean, I feel like I'm so political in a sense. Like
Are you?
I don't share anything that you can argue because I don't tell anyone what to do. I just like suggest or say what works for me. Like I feel like I'm very careful that way, and like the most thing I get the most hate for is like the color of my kid's skin. That's
Really?
the only thing I get hate for.
It's just too
'Cause, like-
it's just too pretty and brown and too Samoan.
They're
or
just
what?
like, oh, they're so tan. You're like gonna give them skin cancer. I'm like, well, they're part Samoan.
They're like a quarter Samoan. Homies.
Yeah,
like chill out.
if they had like the sun for 5 minutes, they're gonna be that color. But it doesn't bother me. But that's like, I'm lucky that I don't have to deal with that because I don't have thick skin. If I did get hate, I'd probably just like,
Curl up in a ball somewhere.
I just wouldn't do it. I think I would just like
Really?
quit. I didn't even want to do social media to begin with. It just kind of happened.
Whoa.
And so, like, it's not a natural thing for me to do it. I like the creativity, I like sharing, I'm passionate about what I do, but I would way rather not have a phone and just live my own life.
Yeah.
But it's created a good life for us, so it's
Yeah.
like, it's good. It's good. But,
It's interesting because I remember when you and our friend Tani were doing, I think it was like coconuts and cardamom or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And it was blogging. It was like
Yeah.
on Blogspot, right?
Yeah.
That was the platform back then.
Yes.
And then you had to make the switch. And we just had the guy whose template this is. He's like a big YouTube creator dude, but he was talking about how he was huge on Vine,
Oh, yeah.
and
I
then
remember.
Vine disappeared,
Yeah.
and he had to like pivot hard.
Totally. And that's probably like what's going to happen to Instagram with TikTok or who knows.
So who knows, right? Like,
Yeah.
have you thought about that? Is that scary? Is that weird?
I mean, I feel like I'm branching out. Like I have like my businesses going and stuff to where like if Instagram shut down, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
I don't want to do Instagram forever. So it's just like I'm fine. I'm old. I'm old.
We're old and doomsday prepping already.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like outdated in a sense.
I feel like that too.
But food, everyone loves food. And like I actually started that Instagram because I had health issues and I was journaling for myself. Like I wasn't expecting people to look at it. I didn't want people to look at it. It was like embarrassing. But I wanted to like learn from other people. But so many people related and ask you so many questions. And because it worked for me, I became passionate about it. So I felt like I kept sharing. But like obviously food's been interesting to me forever. Like that's why I had that vlog with Tawny.
Yeah.
Then it was like cheesecakes and like roast beef and stuff. Like fully opposite of now. But yeah, I guess that's like a creative outlet.
Food's a cool medium to like appeal to people because I don't really know like anyone who doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's such a safe, like I can do a photo shoot and make food pretty and love doing that, but I don't want to do a photo shoot with myself. So it's like my comfort zone. Like I have all boys, but I can like decorate some smoothie bowl and take a cute picture, and that's like my little creative like girl side coming out, I guess.
So let's flip this over. We're just gonna get going because so we just switched to a 6'8" and we're gonna do a 6'4" mid length for the Mentawais, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called. Okay.
Mentawais.
And
I'm gonna mess up already.
you're not.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Oh shit! I've never seen anybody mess it up like that. Flick the wrist somewhere.
I'm not Larry, so.
So just try to like give yourself a little bit of space or whatever, but you know you can't mess this up either because
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm like shaking. Wait, am I actually cutting it?
yeah. This was, I mean, it wasn't like a setup joke thing. Nailed it. Just keep going.
Oh my gosh. Is this okay?
Yeah. Dude, look
That's
at how
better
straight
than I
that was.
thought.
Look at. It could have been better, but it was pretty fast.
Is it okay?
and quick.
Should I slow down?
Yeah, I think you just need to like go easy on all the fruits and vegetables.
I feel like I've always had an interest in like combining foods to make something. Like my mom was definitely encouraged us to be creative, and she would just say like go wild in the kitchen, and that usually was just like with like chocolate and marshmallows or like whatever. But I felt like because she allowed us just to do it, and then you try it and it's something new, like, you know, you just like to get your hands dirty, just like making a surfboard, and then when it starts working you get excited, and you know it just kind of advances from there. And then the nerd side of me used to like read recipe books and like learn what spices work with what and whatever, and then yeah, it just kind of went from there. Like I didn't really follow a lot of recipes, I just create in the kitchen and have fun with it and hope it turns out, you know. And then when I wrote my recipe book, I actually had to write down recipes, and that was kind of new for me. So like I didn't even own measuring spoons or cups before.
So it was all just kind of like feeling eyeballs before,
Yeah, like
and you had to actually figure out how to like put it all down on paper and not let people mess up.
Totally, because
right?
a lot of people will say like, oh, like how much of this or whatever, of course. And for me, it's like, well, just feel it. Like it's your taste buds, not mine. So like, here's a guide, but make it your own kind of thing. But so, yeah, I think like food brings people together, and it's just like a love language for sure. So somehow it's become like my whole life.
How was it writing a book? Like, did you have to get like a bunch of like copy editors and people to help you do it, or was it like just the process of figuring out your recipes and actually writing them down, and like did you actually have to try each one again and again and again? Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Really? How long did it take?
Like, I guess a year. It took a full year from the time I signed with like a publishing agent to writing it. It was a full-blown year of writing and creating, and I probably made it a lot harder for myself because I wanted to make all new recipes.
Oh.
and then have them all tested and like make sure like they're like legit good, because I don't think that you should eat anything that doesn't taste good. So you want like the healthy, family friendly, and taste good kind of thing, and so that's important. So from the like my mom actually when I was little told me, oh, you should write a cook recipe book. That was like a thing she would say all the time. It was like an encouraging mom, but I never thought it would actually happen. But people like would request it a lot, and then I went to London and met like a publishing agent, and at the time she's like, yeah, we could probably do like a little book maybe. And then I happened to be in London again the next year, and she was like, I want you to write like an outline of what it'll be. It's like 30 pages, and then they send it to publishing houses, and you hope someone picks it up.
Right.
And then I had a few publishing houses want it, and then they had a bit of a, what's it called? Like a
bidding war.
A bidding war.
Or something.
Yeah.
It's not a bad situation.
Yeah,
to be in,
it was
I don't
insane. Like
I think it's alright.
I'm like so underqualified, and so just to be able to do it was so cool.
Did you get to see or hear about when your mom actually got her first copy of the book?
No, I didn't, but I feel like my parents are like, they're like European, like don't show a lot of emotion, like I'm proud of you is like, thanks.
You got like a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, I get an email. Yeah, they were super stoked for sure. But yeah, it was a big process. Like,
dude, huge.
I didn't sleep for a year doing it for sure. Because like even the spoons I made in it, like I had a friend design them, and like the ceramics, and like make all the recipes, and then you want to pick your like what you want it to look like. It took me about 6 months just to pick a photographer I wanted to work with, you know. So it was like the one thing in my life I actually wanted to try at. Like I feel like I do everything like kind of half-ass. Like it's good enough. It's good enough. Like I have a million other things going on, like 3 kids and whatever. But this, I was like, this I want to be proud of. Like I'm gonna,
you want to nail this one.
I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna like be stoked on it. Yeah.
So we just so happen to have a copy of your book.
In your
It
shaping
usually
room.
sits right there amongst the order cards and the sandpaper, but it happens to be here right now. Do you want to show us like one of your favorite recipes, something that we should try, people should try?
Sure. So
I'm sure you can find it really
book was
easy.
shot in Hawaii, actually.
It doesn't look like it. It's weird. It looks like Canada to me.
Wait, where is it? Actually, this one, I don't know if you can tell, is supposed to be a wave. But anyways, that's like an everyday acai bowl. And then this is probably the #1 made recipe ever. For whatever reason.
Hempies.
It's called Hempies. And actually, I didn't make this recipe. My 9-year-old son did. It was his experiment in the kitchen. So if you read the little story on the side, it's all about Ira and his Hempy creation. But I wish I brought you guys some because they're pretty good.
Yeah, we should have planned that out a bit better. Probably.
We should be doing this with food on here as well.
Should have coordinated. Like I brought surfboards.
I really didn't bring anything to the table. I'm sorry.
Next time. Whatever.
Yeah, next time.
Rain check it. Your Instagram handle is Earthy Andy. What do people call you randomly, like in airports, if you're in, I don't know, Singapore or something like that? You're just that lady? Like, what do they call you? Are you Earthy Andy? Are you Andrea? Like, what is it?
Actually, the first question people always ask is, do you have Instagram? Which is like a little bit of a weird question because I feel like everyone has Instagram. So I'm like, yeah, I do. They're like, are you that girl? I'm like, what girl? It's like, that's like the #1 lead up, but it's usually like Earthy or Earthy Andy, yeah. And a lot of times actually people stand in front of me and like say I'm here and you're Shem, my husband, they'll like stand in front of me and be like, oh, I love your blog. And they won't talk to me, they'll talk to my husband. And it happens so much that I'm like, do people think I'm a man? Like with like biceps? Like, I don't know, it's really weird.
You must be Andy.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, the 50th time this has happened. Like, what? I don't know, but he kind of was like, oh yeah, sick, yeah.
Does he ever just fully take credit? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
he just plays with it. I mean, you know Hannemans, they're like all about lying and
cheating and stealing and all kinds of
just like messing with people kind of thing. But yeah, it happens a lot for sure.
Yeah, get it. About as close to the pencil line as you want without going over the pencil line. There you go. Oh, let go now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
This
there?
is for Larry.
Is there Larry? Okay. Wait, it's not working now. So.
There you go. There you go. Hey, as slow as you want to go. So I want to know a little bit about your guys' trips and residence in Indo. Like, you were there for a long time?
Yeah, we were there, I guess, almost 5 months. And it wasn't planned that way, but it's just like once you're there, it was like, why would you leave?
Yeah.
Especially with everything going on, and like Hawaii was going into lockdown, and like everything was happening, and it just felt like you're on a different planet, and it just felt good, felt right. So we just stayed.
What was the timeline like? Like, when did you guys leave? Did you leave while COVID after it had started, or were you traveling and then trying to come home and realize like it's hard to get home? Let's stay here.
We hadn't traveled in a year and a half. And then I just felt like let's just go and be somewhere else. Like, we need to switch it up kind of thing. And I totally peer pressured my husband. Like, he was like, no, like, this is too crazy. Like, quarantine's going from 14 days to like all these. It's so unknown. But I don't know. There's just something in me that was like, no, we're going. I don't care. Like, let's just do it. And it, like, we got the quarantine for 5 days, and then we got there. It takes like, I don't know, 4 days to get there or so. Then the quarantine, and like once you're there, it's like then you're there. You have like nothing to worry about.
It's just easy,
anymore.
right? Like,
yeah, there's no cars. There's like 14 people on the whole island.
And there's like way less people. Nobody surfing.
Well, pretty much the resort was empty too, so it was like, it was really empty.
Sounds dreamy.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was probably the trip of our life for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was magical. As corny as that sounds, it was really good. Like,
it's okay to say stuff like that.
Yeah, like I feel like here with school and like there's just like so much emphasis on like everything that's happening that I felt like I don't want my kids to have to think about this every day, and if I can do something about it, I want to. So just thought, you know, we're pulling them from school, we're homeschooling, we're gonna go to a little island in the middle of nowhere and just hang out and let them have their childhood over there for a little bit.
And then Tama Hanneman also became like Tama Hanneman, right? The Rip Curl kid, the Ripper kid, right? Is that kind of like that trip, or?
He definitely got more comfortable in bigger waves there. Like, he's always loved surfing, but
the clips were crazy. Like, I didn't even know he had an Instagram.
he didn't. It's just it's pretty new.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's crazy. Like, we'll show you some clips. It's just wild. Like, I can't believe it. I think last time I saw him surfing was out right here in the backyard, and it was probably five or 6 years ago. Shem paddled him out and was pushing him into waves and stuff, and he was doing like those cutbacks that are kind of like the slow motion ones where you turn your head and you go, and then whenever you look, it's just crazy to see the progression.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a playground there.
It's a good spot to like improve for surfing.
I mean, your wave count there is insane. Like, it's just like, it's like a machine, like constant, you know? So yeah, they had a lot of practice. It was awesome. Even Ira was getting barreled.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Like I'm sure it was awesome on many levels.
Yeah, travel is a big part, has become a big part in our life. Like, our first years of marriage, we're in college, like had a baby while we were in college, had no clue what we were doing, had no money. And so I would do random things like, you know, clean houses on the side to earn enough to get tickets to somewhere, and do little things like that, or teach English abroad or whatever. And then my husband worked in the Seven Brothers restaurant, and we didn't go anywhere because it was like full on. grind. And then when my social media started picking up and we had more time is kind of like when things changed and we were gone more than we were home for a few years before like the whole pandemic and everything. And so that was like a good 5 years of just like be here for 2 weeks, somewhere else for a month, over here for a month. And so, yeah, my kids are used to being like into different time zones a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
They're pretty fluid with their ability to like transition from one place to another and one time zone to another and everything
More
else.
than-
One bed to a different bed or whatever else.
They love it. And like even like time zones, like kids just somehow they just are so like in tune with their own internal clock or something. I don't know, like where we drink like caffeine or something to like keep going, they like sleep, so it works out for them. But yeah, Hawaii's a good place to be too.
Do you think that Earthy Andy has helped more people out or the Schemberger?
I mean, I don't know. I hope that everyone uses each other to find joy and learn things and whatever, you know, like I think having joy is important. So if you're learning how to have joy through like a meal, that's good too. So
It's not just a meal, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right? When was the last time you ate Seven Brothers?
Last night.
What did you get?
I just got like a salad and rice, like pretty plain.
Whoa.
And they have this love bowl that's like all like the veggies and pickled onions and like sauce and stuff. It's like
Where?
a vegan bowl at the restaurant, the Truck on Sharks Cove.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I think all the restaurants will have it eventually, but
Cool.
I haven't eaten a burger in like 7 years.
Whoa. Okay, so if you were gonna cheat, or not cheat, it's not cheating because this is your life or whatever. What's the biggest like pull or temptation food wise that you would never eat but you might want to someday?
I mean, I used to eat a lot of meat and really like it, and like, you know, like you see a chicken and want it, like, you know, but I just don't want it anymore.
Yeah,
There's like
don't
not
regret it.
anything in me that wants it. So I feel like my body's just changed and I know it works for me, and so it's not a temptation. What's still a temptation is like junk food and chocolate, and like on my birthday, like every single one of my friends buys me salt and vinegar chips because like that's like what they see when they look at me.
They know.
That's my vice, is like
you smell
salt
like
and vinegar
vinegar
chips.
all the time.
I just love them. They're so good. But they're so bad for you. I mean, I wake up like so fat faced next day and
Are you ever
whatever.
tempted to just like swerve into the Superette parking lot when you drive by?
and get poke or something.
I mean,
I used to
would-
eat that all the time. But I don't know. I don't know. I just like, it's just not even something I think about anymore.
You should
Maybe
just-
that'll change. I don't know.
you should just hook them up and say yes, and then we'll scratch it later.
No, for real.
Just kidding.
Like when I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I think I want meat
whoa.
now.
I didn't even think about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's just I don't see it the same as I used to.
Yeah.
So that's just the boring answer.
The right answer.
Yeah. Maybe I'll crave it one day. It looks really good. It's
it?
really exciting. I can see it now.
Feel like
I can-
it's coming to
I can
life.
see myself on it and trying to catch waves. I don't know what catch waves.
Is
but
that what's next for you? Trying to catch waves in the Mentawais somewhere?
Yes.
or what else
I
you
can't
got?
wait. Yeah.
After that, or before that, I don't know. What else you got going on?
I think we're just getting ready to take off for a little bit. We've been here all winter. It's been really fun, and then we're gonna just take off and see what happens. So I think we're gonna spend about 5 months traveling.
Whoa.
Yeah.
To where? You don't know? Or what? Like,
For sure, Indo, and then maybe Australia and France.
Whoa.
That's kind of what we're thinking.
back to
but-
France?
Yeah.
Different parts of France? Bordeaux or no?
Mostly we go to like outside of Osagor. There's like, it's called Segnos. I'm probably saying it wrong, but
I thought it was Hasagor the whole
Or
time.
Hasagor,
so you said it probably
Osagor.
right.
yeah. But yeah.
French is hard
Yeah.
for
But
not Canadians.
yeah. You go there and then you learn it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're just gonna go play for a little bit.
Just go see
Been
it
working a lot, so gotta even it out. Doesn't look like we're working a lot, but But are. Yeah.
Yeah, your Instagram is like very deceiving. It's like they don't work.
No,
I don't
I
think
had
she-
this girl
I
come
think
up
she
to me on the
plays.
beach, like, and she was like, I just want to let you know, like, my mom wants me to go to med school, but I'm not. I'm moving to Hawaii. Like, I'm gonna live exactly like you. And I was like, whoa, okay. First of all, being here is not easy. Like, you need a side hustle with a side hustle.
You need like 4 of them
Yeah,
stacked up.
like you need to get educated or like have a plan, but don't just like this is not just I'm just not here on the beach. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot going on to be on a beach.
There's way more than just like beautifully chopped up fruit in pictures.
Yeah, there's
There's a lot of hustle behind
Yeah,
it.
I think people don't realize that a lot of people here are doing side hustles and are very creative in ways to make a living, to make it work. So it's like you don't just like sit on the beach and go
Right.
home and like sip a Mai Tai and then go to bed with like no stress. There's a lot going on, you know.
Yeah.
So do it with a smile and then you see whales jumping at some point of the day.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
yeah.
Right there, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
You can't mess this up. Ooh.
Bad?
No, that was good.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna hang this from your Christmas tree this year.
Yeah.
Hell
It's
yeah.
perfect.
I'm gonna put this.
Do I do anything?
So the board that we shaped is a 6'4".
Andrea's first
Yeah.
shaped board.
Whoa.
Very cool. Thanks.
And
Thanks for teaching me.
Shameless self-promotion.
yeah, like what kind of books do you have coming out next? Like, what's your next book? When's the date?
I have a protein powder,
What?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
but it's been out for like 6 months. It's old news.
Nobody
It's
just.
amazing.
It's just because it hasn't been on the show yet, so nobody knows about it yet.
Was that?
It hasn't been on the show. We haven't talked
Oh,
about it.
it's okay. I don't need to do any of that. It's fine.
Just joking. That was fully like, dude. That was. No, nobody watches our show yet, so we're good.